Brews and Banter.
All right, Frank, we got another podcast with friends, we're going to call this.
That's right. And then we're going to welcome Matt Mish.
Matt is our new friend.
Well, Matt Mish is the abbreviated name, right? So
correct. That is not my. That is my abbreviation of my last name. But you could call me the undercover brother. Pump your fist if you feel me. Holler if you hear me.
Good enough. We got it.
You got good radio voice.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. That's part of the whole reason why I got into this whole spiel.
Oh yeah. What? Somebody told you that, and you're like, "Fuck yeah, I'm going to be a podcaster."
So actually, this goes way back before I even started podcasting. I've been podcasting for almost 4-ish years now. Mm-hmm. But for years, I did YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, right? So a lot of my buddies that I met through YouTube and gaming and such, they always would tell me, it's like, Matt, you have a great voice for radio. Well, you should do this, you should do that. And I always, I obviously I appreciated the compliment, but at the time it really didn't mean anything to me. So it wasn't until my sophomore year of college when I had finished all of my general classes that I needed to take and realized, holy fuck, I'm still undeclared. Mm-hmm. Where I was just like, oh, I need to find a major. What's something I'm good at? Radio. People say I have a good radio voice. Let's give that a shot. And the rest is history.
And you do that now, right? Don't you do some broadcasting or?
I do. I have done broadcasting on and off as far as on air goes. Right now, I went back to my old college station, which is 107.7 The Bronx, and I currently have my weekly radio show there for an hour, which is called the Michelin Man Experience, a show all about me and my interests and the things that go on in my day-to-day life.
Oh, man, that's got to be something to listen to.
You must be really busy.
Oh, my God. Honestly, I am busy, but not busy all at the same time. Like everything I'm busy for does not pay me. Let's put it like that.
Same. We've got busy daytime jobs, but
these broadcasts, they have to be PG-13, right?
Yours, you're talking about.
Unfortunately, so FCC rules still do apply for college radio. So I have to watch my P's and Q's at times, but I try to, I don't want to say make it rated R, but I imply a couple of things every now and again.
Yeah. They come strong on people, man. They'll come slap your pee-pee if you say something wrong. But
I would hope they don't touch my dick because that would be sexual assault.
Only if you don't want it.
They'll regulate it for that moment.
Now, if it was a very attractive woman slapping me, well, I might allow it.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get into that too. We all put together a list that we talked about.
Oh boy.
So yeah, you do Bromigos, but you also wasn't there a couple other podcasts you're on? You guys are doing?
I won't mention the show by name because they don't need any more extra promotion from me. But I was a part of a adult entertainment / kink BDSM podcast, and I had a great time on that show. I basically helped start that as a podcast with someone that was a friend of mine, and I'm not on it anymore. I don't like the reason why I'm not on it, but at the same time, I don't regret leaving the show.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So it's at some point in time, there comes a point where everybody's got to make a decision whether to stay where they are and move on. And, unfortunately, the reasons I left were, unfortunate without saying too much. But I'm much happier doing Bromigos. Mm-hmm. And it's a show that tests me a little bit more as far as topics and conversations go. So.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to. Yeah, I didn't know what the backstory was. I wasn't trying to raise anything here.
Listen, you didn't know, and it's okay. And I don't mind. I don't mind giving the information I can give.
Sure,
let's put it like that.
And you're Bromigos is everybody's 100% remote. You guys don't get together, right?
We used to be together. That's the sad part. For like the first 10 or 15 or so episodes, we were all together in a studio because. Backstory about Bromigos, myself, Panama Red, Mike, Hoochie Man, Hunter, and Dante. We all went to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting together in 2022 in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. We all met that way. We all got together as far as like doing group projects because there's a lot of group projects that we would have to do as part of the courses we were taking. So Mike, I always like telling this story. Mike is the more or less brainchild of getting us all together. he kind of saw what each of us could bring to the table. And he was the mastermind behind this whole group. But we started doing the podcast after we graduated from the course. And like I said, for like the first 12 to 14 episodes or so, we were in the studio that we would rent a time out to, record, all fun and games. Everything sounded phenomenal. And then there comes a time where schedules get in the way, and obviously we still want to do the show. So for the better part of the last year and a half-ish or so, we have been more or less remote doing it. So like how we're doing it now, like on Zoom or StreamYard or anything of that nature. Plus, Mike doesn't even live in the country anymore, so we wouldn't have much of a choice but to do it that way.
Right.
So...
yeah, well, all that FCC regulation that you're used to is not applicable here. So,
yes,
bite, fuck, suck, down with you, like all this stuff, all this pent up things you got to get out. You can do.
Because if you don't swear, we might as well end the fucking show.
Well, fuck me. I better start swearing. What am I being so polite for? God damn.
You said you did adult radio or whatever, the show.
Yeah, I had an adult. I was a part of a adult entertainment podcast, and I was afforded a lot of opportunities to speak with some big stars and smaller stars in adult entertainment, and of course the kink and BDSM scene, which was more or less my other co-host side of things. When I left that show, you know, I had been to the I don't know if you guys know, you guys are New York, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so are you familiar at all with the Exotica convention that happens in Edison, New Jersey every fall?
I'm not.
No. Okay. So let me tell you this story. So like the last 2 years, the first 2 years of me doing that podcast, we would always go to the convention for a day or two. And it was fun. We would network and take pictures and wait in lines with people. And when I left the show back last summer, or actually, late summer, early fall, my buddies over at the Porn Stash podcast, who I'm not sure if you are familiar with them or not,
we are.
They weren't able to make the convention. And they said to me, it's like, hey, Mish, we'll give you our media pass if you just do interviews with people. And I was like, sure, fuck it. Why not? So all 3 days, I basically spent interviewing some of the top, and I mean like upper echelon of stars in the adult entertainment industry. The first person I interviewed, Angela White.
Okay.
Now, if you know that name,
you've made it. You've arrived, right?
I will interrupt you just really quick. I apologize.
Go ahead, Roman.
When you first started following us, I was like, let me check who this guy is. And then you posted photos from one of those conventions. And all the porn stars you took photos with, I'm like, oh, I know her. I know her. I know her. I know her. I'm like, oh, this guy is cool.
you were counting tissues.
Yeah, I'm like,
think I'm cool.
Am I on porn sites too much?
Yeah. There's tissue one. There's my dirty sock. There's a t-shirt. Yeah.
Sorry, but go ahead. I apologize for interrupting.
No, it's totally fine. And I appreciate the fact that you think I'm cool because of that. It was a really cool experience.
Outside of that too.
Yeah.
It was a really cool experience. I actually, I made some actually really good friends from people at that convention that I still keep in contact with to this day. So that's all really cool. Again, they're also stars in the industry and or on OnlyFans and such. So for me, I always find it, my life is a really weird place sometimes. I find myself in these situations where it's like I just make friends with people, which is weird because I am not the biggest fan of people, as we all can imagine with the way life is sometimes. It's like, oh, this guy's a fucking idiot. Like, why would I even want to talk to him? But then here I am talking and interviewing porn stars and making friends with, OnlyFans girls and such of that nature. So it's like I have a personality that people gravitate to sometimes, but at the same, it's like a really weird yin and yang where it's like I don't like talking to people because I'm really shy and introverted at times. But then like when I'm in an environment where I'm comfortable, I'll yap my ass off.
Sure.
You let loose.
I let loose. No, exactly. That's actually a perfect way to put it. I just let loose.
Yeah, that's good. You got to enjoy yourself. You recently posted you were with the guy. He's famous online. He's got the beard. He does the workout.
Frank. Yeah.
That looked like you guys had a good time.
Yeah, so that's another situation where it's like, how the fuck did I wind up here? The long and short of that is I've been following Robert Frank 615, who is, those of you who don't know that name, is a very well, at least in my point of view, a very well known comedy fitness influencer. I've been following him since 2018 when I was in college, and it inspired me to lift and get in shape for the gym, and from the gym, I should say. And he also had a podcast. He started a podcast like around that time I started following him. So I listened to it. It was great. Then they went to Patreon only. And I was like, oh shit, I don't want to miss out on my favorite podcast every week. So I would subscribe to the Patreon, be an active member in it. I made a lot of friends through that community. Everybody seemed to like me. So just one day last year, Rob was like, yo, why don't you come out and hang out with us at Atlantic City at the Harrah's Resort over there? And I'm just like, sure, fuck it, why not? And it was a great time, and it was kind of like my, I guess for lack of better terms, initiation of sorts, to see if I was cool enough with the crew. And apparently to them I passed with flying colors, because I've gotten together with them several times since.
Excellent. Yeah.
And that was that's one of the instances where I'm like, I feel like I don't belong here, but for some reason, everybody really likes me. So
yeah. If you're a good company, man, why not? You know?
Well, I mean, I guess so. That's true. I mean,
you're a good guy, fun to be with.
I would say, I mean, I guess so. Like, I don't want to get too deep into things, because I'm not sure how many podcasts you guys have heard from me, whether it's from B Word or other people, but sometimes I don't really have a very high opinion of myself. I'm very hard on myself, as some people could imagine. So like when I find myself in these situations where it's like I feel like I don't belong here, but for some reason I'm here, and I guess that's good enough for me, type of thing.
Yeah, make the best of it, because it's already happening.
Yeah, exactly. It's already happening, and I forgot what instance you're referencing there, Roman, where I took a photo with him. There were videos when you guys were on the party bus.
Yes, then you guys were at the resort. Is Harrah's Resort the one with the pool in the middle?
Yes, Harrah's Resort has a pool club. You can't go in the pool, obviously. But we weren't actually going to Harrah's. We were actually going to Red Bank, New Jersey, at a place called Teak at that time, which was okay. It was a cool club, but we took a party bus over there, and like I said, if you've seen the videos, my boy Ray Vegas gets down. Yeah. that man can party when he finally lets himself loose a little bit. But
that's good. His videos are hilarious too.
Oh, and you know what? As great as his videos are, I can't say enough about him as a person.
Sure.
He's an even better person than he is in the videos. Mm-hmm. And I think anybody that knows him personally can attest to that. Some people think he's just an asshole. He's not that. He's probably one of the sweetest, most giving guys I have ever met.
Why would they think he's an asshole?
Well, it's the persona. Some people can't separate the persona from the person. That's right. That's what I would think.
I was actually going to ask who writes those lines for him. He does, or somebody else?
It's all him.
It's fucking great.
That's great. Yeah.
I have seen the process a little bit of what it's like. I mean, he just wrote a book of all of like his one-liners, where you've seen like on Monday we do chest, stuff like that, or like on Tuesdays we do arms or something along those lines. Yeah. He's got a whole book of them, and I have that book thanks to our mutual friend Aaron from the I Had to Say It podcast, and it's a good read, man. If you want to laugh, just read a couple of pages of that.
Yeah, I wish I could remember some of them, but they're hilarious. I see it, and I always have to share it with my friends.
I am not clever enough to come up with something like that. So I and I struggle to remember all of them because I've heard so many. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, shit sometimes comes up when we shoot shit back and forth, and it's just like, I wish I wrote that down. Now I can't remember.
I got these one-liners, but it's gotta something's gotta happen most of the time for me to remember what it is. Like it's got to be some sort of instance. I'm like, that reminds me of this, and I can come up with it.
People think I'm fucking crazy when I say that. All of my dirty jokes are very in the moment type shit.
Yeah, same. Same.
Like anytime someone said, "Oh my god," I'll tell you a story. When I was in college, we were setting up at an event at one of the fields or something. It was for the radio station, and one of the guys was saying, "Oh, I can't get it in the hole," and I'm like,
"No, there it is.
Sure about that?
Yeah.
Sure, you can't get it in the hole." And then for like the last couple of months, because I think it was my senior year of college, for the last couple of months, it became a running joke between the two of us. Like, "Did you get it in the hole?"
Yeah,
and did you miss the hole this time?
That's what happens to me. Like, so we talked quickly, or we emailed back and forth about this list we are going to put together. But I was talking to a guy at work, my buddy Paul, and he tells me, he says, in regards to, me and Roman are married, but he says in not to each other.
I was going to say, I was like, I'm not going to judge.
Like, where are you going with that? my wife might say something about it.
It's just not, we're not married yet to each other, but it's
you're married to podcasting,
right? He said in regards to cheating, he said, sucking ain't fucking and eating ain't cheating. So,
that's what he uses to justify it?
Whatever works for me. I don't
justify it. I don't agree with it, but
yeah. Well, I wanted to get that out there, and then if my wife listens to this, she knows I didn't say it. That's not my line. Okay. So that's like my release form.
Okay.
Listen, I hear the only reason she would ever leave you is because you can't properly pour a beer, according to a couple of people. No,
I'm a seasoned vet now, and Tabby can fuck all the way off.
That's where I heard it from. Sorry.
She sent us a sound clip. She's like, "God damn it, Frank."
Yes, that's what I heard.
Learn how
God damn it, Frank.
Learn how to pour a fucking beer.
So we have it. I have to wait for him to fuck it up so I can use it.
Is it on there now?
It's on the SD card.
Yeah. But anyway, so we talked about this list. Let's get into that.
Okay.
So it's a list we, for people listening or watching, it's a list of just if we could have consensual sex with. For me, it's women. I don't know what you guys have together, but if we could have consensual sex with women, and one woman in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. So we can compare that list in what each other has. So one of you guys can go first. I got to pull up my first one. Not pull out my first one. I got to pull up my first one.
Come on, man.
No, this is cool because I didn't know her. I didn't know her name.
You were going to pull out. I'm like, not today.
You don't want me to pull out today?
No.
Okay. That's nice of you. But I got to find this. So who's your number one at 20 years old?
I don't know too many 20s, but Gina Ortega, she looks hot. She's in one of the horror shows.
Oh, Jenna Ortega, yep.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Babysitter, right? I think that's the one. I think she's hot.
Yeah,
yes.
That's a good start. That's a phenomenal start, Roman.
I didn't have enough time to prep, and like I'm sitting on the shitter, and my phone beeps, and then he's like, "Come up with all the girls from 20s to 70s that you would fuck." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I'm a little more gentle than that. I probably said fornicate or make love to.
Oh, okay.
I don't use that.
That's what he said.
We also have to preface again. This is consensual, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. I want to make sure people know that. And we got hall passes from our wives.
It's all for fun.
We didn't have hall passes because this is never going to happen. But I know. But this is just fantasy, really. So I'm still trying to find this person.
Go ahead, Matt. Who's your 20s?
Oh, me? Oh, Jesus. So this one is no one famous. It's actually a friend of mine, and I, at the risk of saying too much, I'll just say I've had a crush on her for quite a long time. Unfortunately, she's with somebody who is a phenomenal person in his own right, so I won't want to fuck anything of that up with that. But if in a perfect world, that would be my friend would be my 20s pick. I won't name names.
That's fine.
That's respectable.
For personal reasons.
That's respectable. So I found my 20s.
Okay.
God. And I'll tell you her name after you watch this. So let me put this up to the camera.
Oh, okay.
Hang on.
Oh boy.
I don't know anything about it. Oh, excuse me. She's not 20.
This girl.
Is that a soccer player?
Yeah.
Oh my good God Almighty! Now hold on.
What's her name?
What team is that?
Well, first of all, her name is Alicia Lehman. So I don't know who she plays for, but you guys can automatically win this right now if you can tell me what number that was.
7.
Fuck, not you.
It's right
said it because
It's
I
right
wasn't
above
paying
her
attention.
ass.
I know you wouldn't have got it. I know you wouldn't have got it.
It's right above her ass.
I was focusing on two things.
Yeah.
I mean,
Her
I was
ass
too. But
and what team that was. Because if that was a certain team, I was going to be really upset.
So why did you know the number? Like nobody knows the number.
it's bouncing next to her ass cheeks, above her ass cheeks. Sorry.
I saw.
That's a good save there, Ron.
Yeah, whatever.
I was trying to read her name.
Yeah, you're such a gentleman. So yeah, that's my 20s.
All right.
Yeah, I don't even know if
good.
it's even American. She might be some other country.
Swedish.
It looked like a Premier League team, so odds are she was probably European in some way, shape, or form.
Good. Yeah, that's
She's
all
peeing.
the shapes and forms are great.
She's peeing. All right. 30s. Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot,
Gadot.
Wonder Woman. Oh, look at that.
I would. She can use that whip on me.
Yeah, and you got to play a soundbite if we all happen to guess the same one in the same. Yeah, because I don't know if we're gonna.
No, probably not. Go ahead, Matt.
Fortunately, you didn't on this one. I actually have two for this one, if that's okay.
Oh, look at you.
There's a couple of them that I have two in the category.
Are they twins?
No. I just couldn't pick between the two of them, so I had to just include them both.
Olsen twins.
Okay.
Oh God, no! They look like they're on crack.
Yeah,
Jesus.
they're going to be in the 70s piece.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be in the 70s. At least that's what they look like. They are. My 30s is Angela White because she just made the cutoff at 39, and Margot Robbie.
Okay, yeah, we talked about that. We
did.
Margot Robbie's pretty hot. Yeah, and she's a little. Never mind. So
say it with your chest. Frank.
no, I'm gonna tell you my 30s. My 30s is Katy Perry.
Oh God,
Safe.
damn it, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Safe.
I just and so we can even explain why. Like I just think she's a little bit of who gives a fuck. She's just kind of her own person. I'm like, so I'll pick her. I mean, she's hot. And I see this like skit. You can this meme. I think she was on Saturday Night Live, and you can see her. She's got glasses on, wearing a I think like an Elmo t-shirt that's like kind of cut down
With a V-neck.
Yeah, well, it's like ripped down, and she's like jumping. So
Oh my God, I
parts
gotta
of her-
wherever this video is, I gotta find it now.
I think it's a meme. I'll find it for you.
She should have wore a
Please.
Cookie Monster.
Well, it's red. Yeah, so whatever. it is Elmo, I think.
So when she's jumping.
I mean, you'll know
red is
because you
Elmo.
pay attention to fucking numbers on jerseys too. So you
okay.
can probably tell who it is on the front.
I don't miss details.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go into 40s.
But it'll be cool to say I was with a Wonder Woman. Anne Hathaway.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. I only have one. Anne
Well, no,
Hathaway.
is there a reason
That one-
why?
That one
okay.
came very close for me.
Yeah, I seen some of the movies that she's in, and then I was like, she looks young, right? Like you wouldn't think she's in her 40s. So I was surprised that I thought she would be in her 30s, but she's got that like young face, and I think she'd be in charge probably.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of movies, so she's pretty good. Like she was the Devil Wears Prada,
Yeah.
and then some other movie where she's just getting plugged all the time. I don't know what movie that is,
Just kidding.
but that's why I would have picked her. So, but you could pick her because she wears nice shoes.
No,
or something.
I saw that movie that Devil Wears Prada.
All right, who you got, Matt?
Anne Hathaway was a very close one for me, but I didn't pick her. Jessica Alba.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
I had to go with Jessica Alba on this one.
That's a good one.
But I think so. She had this company. Yeah, remember Dark Angel? Are you old enough to remember Dark Angel when she was in that? Jessica Alba. It was a series.
No, I don't think I've seen it.
It's been a while ago, but she has this company called Honest Joy. I think it was what it was. Jessica Alba, and it's supposed to be for kids and all this organic shit. And then like I think they found out it's not. So I think there's like a ton of lawsuits and like she's in trouble and stuff. So you might have a shot because maybe she's gonna just fucking fall from grace and land right in your lap.
Preferably right in the crotchular area,
Crotchular. Okay, I was trying to. Oh, here's the meme. Hang on, I'll come back to the camera.
Oh God, yes.
What meme?
With Jessica Alba.
I need to see the meme. Let's go. That's probably the most perfect. That's the most perfect gift to ever exist.
That's a GIF, by the way. Or GIF. How do you say it?
GIF. Either one works for me. I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck either, man. Because are we on 40s now?
No,
yes, we're in our 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your 40s?
No, you guys might be in your 40s, but I'm still got ways to go.
Sadly, I'm past that, buddy.
Oof.
Oof, he says. All right,
so that means you're only halfway there, halfway there. If you catch my drift.
But I'm picking all the good women because now in my 40s, I got Danica Patrick.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, look at him. See, he knows. See, race car driver and fucking dirty enough. And
damn it,
I just saw her on TV when I was at the gym,
is she still
a week and a half ago, and I said to myself, in my head, totally would.
Oh yeah,
totally would.
No, she's
What is she doing now? She's still with GoDaddy?
No, she doesn't race.
No, GoDaddy's the website.
Well, she used to race for GoDaddy. I don't know what she does now, but I think she does fitness shit. Like she does fitness videos or something like fucking Jane Fonda.
Stretch me out any day.
I'm a fitness in her.
She can take my V8 for a ride. She can shift my gears.
Yeah. So that's my 40s. Now we're going into 50s.
All right, I am Sofia Vergara.
Oh yeah, that's hard to beat anybody there. Look at.
God damn it! Oh God, I not think of that one.
Yeah, that one is.
Yeah, that's hard. That's gonna be hard to beat.
Modern Family is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
No, I think I actually might be able to beat you though.
Oh, okay.
Because I have another double baby.
Oh, you're threesomes, man. Damn it.
The undercover brother.
What can I say? Selma Hayek.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, they're kind of related, right?
That's a good one.
and people who heard the early episodes of Bromigos will know this from me. Halle Berry.
Okay, yeah. So,
who played? Did you watch Lucifer?
The
I know
series?
of it, but I've never seen it. No.
Who's the actress that plays?
Never watched it.
The devil.
I don't know. Look on your phone, man. I got to tell you guys who the winner is in the 40s. It's still got to go.
Okay, I'll look it up because she's.
Listen, Frank, if you could beat Selma Hayek, I mean, I'll respect you forever. But I don't think you're topping this one.
No, well, you're right, and I did think I did originally because I didn't think of them guys. But then you mentioned them; they're like trump cards. Like you just got you just get like Jersey Pitch. You just landed the 5 right there with her. So you know what Jersey Pitch is? I mean, being in Jersey, you know what that is?
Oh man, nope, I got nothing.
It's fine. You play pitch. You know the game pitch, card game pitch.
No.
Okay.
I only know like two or three card games. So.
Yeah. I don't know a lot of you, but Jersey Pitch is just pitch. It's a game, but then Jersey Pitch is when you have the 5 of that suit, so it's worth 5 points. But either way, you know who I'm at now? Catherine Bell. Do you remember her? She was on Jag.
Hold on.
She's one of these girls that if she were to fall forward, you could jump on her back as a springboard.
Fake.
No.
Oh my sweet Jesus.
That's right.
She looks like a porn star that I know. That's the even worst part. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah, I think she's like maybe 53, 55, something like that. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe she's a little older.
God bless her.
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Listen, my cutoff is 45. I'd break my cutoff for any of these women we've listed in this particular category.
And that category good, because when I get up here, you're probably not going to make that fucking reference.
You got Rosie?
No, Rosie O'Donnell. Did you ever see that?
What the fuck?
Did you ever see that one? It's another meme, or maybe it's a Jiffy, whatever you want to call it. But it's some huge fat lady, and she's got a ladder. And she's got one leg over this wall that she's climbing, and then it's captioned Rosie O'Donnell leaving the U.S. because she said if Trump won, she's going to leave the U.S.
No, she's not.
No, I don't think she did. I'm just telling you about.
I know, I get it.
The Jiffy.
You're a Jiffy. In the Jiffy.
All right, let's go to 50s.
No, we did 50s.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Let's go to
right?
60s.
60s.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Ooh.
Did you watch True Lies?
See, my problem with this is that she does Activia commercials. She must have like a fucking rotten rectum or something.
That's right. We can diarrhea afterwards. Did you watch movie True Lies?
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was playing undercover.
Yeah, when he's like
she
in
was
the chair.
his wife. Yeah. And she's dancing on the pole of the bed.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, she's got a nice body.
Yeah, but that was when she was in her 20s. This is when you saw that movie.
That's all right. Still the same.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you got, Matt?
Joan Jett.
Oh my God, we got to end this podcast right
Hold on.
now. We're losing connection. You're breaking up.
Whoa, what's the problem with that one?
She looks like me. She looks like me a little bit.
She still has this hairstyle.
Oh, Frank, you best bend over right now.
How does she not have a gray hair on her head, you know? I like her music.
Why her, Matt?
I
mean, she's hot.
You know what? There's something about rock chicks. I said this on my, you know what? I think it was 2 weeks ago. Was doing my radio show and I was doing an all female episode for music, right? And I said on air, I said, listen, I don't care how old Joan Jett is, she could still get it.
Yeah.
So that's I stand on business where I say that Joan Jett can still get it.
I mean, it's a cool name, and I don't think she's ugly. I was like,
oh, I just looked. She's hot. Joan Jett is legit.
legit. Joan legit. Too legit to quit.
Too legit.
Oh God! Listen, she can break my heart any day. That's all I know.
All right. So for me, Matt probably doesn't know who this is, but I have
I'll look this one up.
In the 60s. Right.
I'm gonna look it up too.
All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
See if you can guess the last name. Annabelle. You know what the last name is?
No.
Peace. Sorry, that's not a porn star.
Ciora. Annabelle Ciora. It's SCIORRA.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
She was in Sopranos for a couple.
I did not know this.
See?
I love her.
Yeah. See?
She's 60.
Yeah, she's in her 60s.
Who was she? In Sopranos?
She was like, she owned the horse stable or something like that, or the fucking horse.
No, she was okay. So fun fact. I am currently watching The Sopranos for the first time in my own, in my own personal time, and she was the Mercedes saleswoman.
Okay,
that Tony was fucking all throughout season 3.
Yep. Yeah. So I am Tony.
No, go ahead, Frank.
I am Tony. I'm like in the movie. I would be Tony.
Yeah, exactly. And good God, she was gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good. That you. There's not many rounds I can say you've won. You've won this one for me.
I won the first one.
No,
what was your
number
first
7.
one again?
Number 7 with the ass cheeks.
I don't know. I think Roman might have you beat a little bit on that one, Jenna Ortega, but that's just my personal opinion.
What the?
It's okay. It's okay.
All right. So
it's okay. It's okay to be wrong sometimes.
I know. I got to tell you that I had a I picked her because she kind of reminds me of my wife. So there, how's that for getting off the hook, guys? Yeah,
you lucky bastard.
That's the biggest trump card you could have pulled.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Frank wins.
Are we going to 70s now?
We're going to 70s.
Matt's probably got a threesome again.
Yeah.
I actually
it's Golden Girls. It's all the Golden Girls.
It might as well be because I literally do not have anything for this one. I could not think of a single 7-year-old woman who I would consensually fuck.
I would. Mine is Sigourney Weaver. I would put an alien costume on and I'll let her fucking get me.
Whoa, she's 70 now?
Yeah.
Okay, this is where I need to fucking do some research because I didn't know that, and I would actually agree with Roman that is a good pick.
All right, good. I wanted to make sure I had it right.
Okay, get it right.
So you don't have anybody, Matt, right? I'll share mine with you.
Go ahead, yeah.
No, I mean we can actually share the person.
Oh, okay, well we'll see if it's good enough to share. Because Sigourney Weaver is a good pick by Roman.
What is that? It's an Eiffel Tower or the London Bridge, right?
Eiffel Tower, and then if you don't do high five, it's London Bridge.
Yeah, so we could do that with this person.
Have you heard that before?
You ever hear of those sex positions?
Eiffel Tower.
I knew the Eiffel Tower, but I knew both the Eiffel Tower and London Bridge. I just didn't know.
It's when
that's all you needed was the high five to complete the two.
So, yeah, when the girl's on her fours and then you guys have it. And if you high five, that's Eiffel Tower.
Can you demonstrate? I'm not really.
Fuck off.
So here's my 70s. All right, you guys ready?
Go ahead.
Oprah Winfrey.
Fucking damn it! Really?
Well, because I thought at that age, no one else is gonna want it, so I'm in like a tall dog. I mean, no competition from anybody.
Well, you know, once
Plus
you
she's
go
loaded.
black, you never go back. So I respect it.
And she's loaded, so cool.
That's true.
I'd make a sex tape and I'd be like, I'm going to release this unless you give me part of your fortune.
She's gonna put you on this on the audience. You'll be the audience, and she's like, everybody gets me today, and it's just you there.
Good, perfect.
That actually would make for an ultimate fantasy right there. like that. I guarantee you, if someone has slept with Oprah Winfrey, that would be what they wanted. That would be like what they would told her to do. It's like, oh, just make it like I'm in the audience. Like, oh, everybody gets a piece of me today.
You know, I hear you and I see your mouth moving, but I'm so disgusted I said it. All I hear is wonk, 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 wonk.
Don't be disgusted.
I just am not proud of myself because we have to go to 80s.
You know what? If you
Wait, we have to go to 80s? Oh shit, I got nothing for that either. I went up to 70s.
No, we're making it up. This is what we do. We make shit up here.
What? I wasn't ready for 80s. Now I gotta look it up.
Prepared. What the fuck, Frank?
I'm ready. I know what it is.
Why didn't you tell me?
I'm telling you now. I mean, I'd pick anybody really in the 80s because you probably can't get a boner, right? So we could both get a dog and a jar of peanut butter and we can all fucking enjoy it.
I'm gonna type in hottest famous 80s and Google's gonna break.
Well, who was nice? Like, remember Cloris Leachman? She was like, did you ever watch that movie with Jennifer Lopez? And I think it was called Mother-in-Law.
Oh, yeah.
She was like that dirty old lady.
In the 80s?
I think she died, yeah. But she'd be like, she's like, you can't drink. It's not even noon yet. And it was like 11:59. She's like, oh. And it goes, ding. She's like,
let's see, hottest woman from, oh no, that's from the 80s.
why do you spell women MEN?
I didn't. What are you talking about?
Because you're looking up hottest men.
This woman.
Well, I can't fucking see. Matt's like, he's like writing a fucking dissertation here.
I wasn't prepared for this.
I know. I wasn't either, Matt. I just found out.
Son of a bitch, Roman. He screwed us. He's trying. He's mad that we think our picks are better than someone else's.
No,
and now he's taking it out on us.
Yeah. So that's a fuck you pick. So, but I think we're okay with a dog and a jar of peanut butter. I think that would work for everybody. And then I do have another one though you guys would like. This kind of ties back into something Roman said.
What?
Linda Carter. She was the original Wonder Woman.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
Yeah, I know you would.
Would.
Anything.
WOOD would.
Morning would.
Did you find someone?
No, I got nothing.
No.
Yeah. That's okay.
They're all dead. That's why.
What?
Yeah.
Betty White.
Betty White was like 100. Betty White was like 100.
She was basically 100. Yeah.
Yeah. So you went all out. You jumped like fucking decades.
Yeah. Well, she's funny.
And then, so who else would be in their 80s? Like how old's Jill Biden?
Jill Biden?
Jesus Christ.
Let's look at
Let's look up how old Joe Biden is then.
Well, Joe Biden is like 81 or something, right? Joe Biden.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's older than him. Maybe she's half his age.
Jill Biden, 72.
So you guys could have picked that. You missed out on that one.
I'm okay with my pick.
Okay.
I'm happy with. Oh wait, I didn't pick anybody for that one. So
see, there you go.
Yeah. So there you go. You can have Jill Biden.
Oh, great! I'm so excited.
She'll just put training wheels on your bicycle. You'll be good to
go. So yeah, and like I said in the message too, I just think about this shit in the morning. Hey, why don't we do this? I mean, I probably text you like 5:30 or 6 in the morning. because I just think of these stupid ideas to put this fucking list together.
Now, hold on. It really matters what you're doing when you're texting someone that in the morning. Because
I have one free hand, so that's good enough.
Multitasking.
Actually, I talk to text because I'm using both hands.
Oh, are we sure it's that big?
I fold it in half, so it's only that big.
Matt, you mentioned Tabby. How long do you know the Grace Tap Room?
Oh man,
podcast?
I've known them for quite a few years. I think maybe about 2.5, 3 years now. I think
they're great
I've known
people.
them a long time. They're I mean, I can't say enough good things about Mike and Tabby. Like I said something on Twitter over the weekend because it was Mother's Day. I said, shout out to all my pod moms, because then there's a bunch of women in podcasting who I like to refer to as my pod moms because I talk to them all the time. And Tabby was obviously on that list. So I can't say enough good things about her. Mike is a homie, man. I love Mike.
Yeah.
I love when I get together and have them on or when I'm on their show. I think that's kind of how we all three got connected, because I think I mentioned something along the lines on a live stream once that like I see you guys all the time, but I've never like had the opportunity to speak with you. And now here we are.
Right. Yeah.
We finally set it up.
Yeah. And we apologize. Certainly I do I know it's been a while, but it's just been tough to kind of connect our schedules and everybody's busy. So
It's been scheduling interviews has been the toughest. It's either nobody responds or everyone responds at once.
and they want the same date.
So today, this is our third interview.
Holy shit.
So we did a location in the morning, an interview and a brewery tour. Then we had in-studio guest from another brewery, and you are our third one today.
But we got to
I like how I'm the only one that has nothing to do with beer.
That's okay. That's what we're about. I mean, it doesn't have to be about beer.
That's fair. I did drink a lot of those last night, though.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you're still pickled a little bit. You still got some in your system.
Oh, well, I mean, good God. Listen, don't take me to New York to watch a New York Rangers watch party hockey game because they were out in Carolina, and don't let me drink.
Yeah. Well, especially if they're locking up the series on that game, right?
Oh yeah, let me tell you, man. I think I must have had at least 6 drinks last night. I had a 7-7 at a bar down the street, which is called Mustang Harry's, a really cool little tavern looking place, Irish bar. Then I had like 2 or 3 beers at the Garden, and they're like all tall boys too. So it's like, you're getting you're getting what you're paying for that one.
Yeah, plus everything that comes in with it, like in the tap lines, all that shit you get with it.
Exactly. Yeah, for real. And then it was like, that was all Stella Artois. Then the game ended, and then we all went to another bar called American Whiskey, and that I had a shot of tequila and another 7-7 whiskey drink. So your boy's feeling it.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm hurting today.
Yeah, and so what was I just gonna say, Roman? Something about something that was something.
That's right. You think about it. Are you originally from Cherry Hill?
I'm not from Cherry Hill. I live in the, without saying too much about where I live, live around Princeton and Trenton. I live in like one of the suburbs outside of that area.
Yep.
I've been to Cherry Hill. We have close friends, family that live in Cherry Hill.
Well, Cherry Hill is, when I was there going to school at the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, it was a really cool area. I just hate the fact that it's all Philly fans in there. It's like Central because Central Jersey exists, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let anybody fucking tell you otherwise. Central Jersey and North Jersey is like a mix of like, when it comes to football, it's either Jets, some Eagles, Giants, but then when you go like South Jersey, it's all fucking Eagles. It's just disgusting.
You big into sports?
I love sports. I'm like I said, I was at the Rangers watch party last night. They're my team. Big Knicks fan, big Yankees fan, and on the off. This is a little bit off for me because this has nothing to do with my domestic teams. I decided over the last couple of years to start venturing out to the Premier League, which is, obviously soccer. Mm-hmm. So Liverpool is my team, and they bring me nothing but pain and suffering on a weekly basis. Even when we win, it's not pretty.
What made you pick them?
So my buddy, who's Irish, he's from Wexford in Ireland. He and I have been gaming buddies for many years, almost 10 years at this point. And we, he would always talk a little bit about soccer or football, as they call it, because they get a little, they get a little testy when you say soccer.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense how that changes anyway. But he would talk a little bit about Liverpool, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I was never a big soccer guy at the time. I would watch the World Cup because I find it interesting how, over 24 of the teams in the world and the countries are just, playing against each other for bragging rights, more or less. Mm-hmm. So when I would watching the World Cup for a long time, but I never really got the opportunity to watch a league because I didn't know where it was offered in the States. So over the last couple of years, I realized, hey, NBC and their streaming platforms have rights to the Premier League. I can finally watch this fucking thing. And I chose Liverpool as my team because it gave me and my buddy something to talk about. And it's been a good time. Mm-hmm. One of the drunkest times one of the most drunk I've ever been, to my knowledge, was watching Liverpool win the Carabao Cup back in February because a local bar where I am was playing the game with a bunch of other Liverpool fans that were in the general area. So I drank 6 beers that day because the game went into double extra time. So it almost went to penalties, but it ended at the second extra time. And I was so thankful because I kept saying on Twitter, you keep drinking, or no, you keep playing, I keep drinking.
That's right.
I do when I bet sometimes on like these online betting. Mm-hmm. And I just do it for fun. Actually, I don't know why I started. My brother was doing it, and I was like, I'll try it. And now I bet to lose, and I just fucking win. But so I just want to lose all the money so I can stop paying attention to it, consuming my time.
Just cash out then.
Yeah. But yeah, it seemed like on soccer teams, I get lucky, and I'll pick something complicated, and they'll do well, and I'll win.
How about boxing? You into boxing?
I like boxing. I like combat sports. Boxing, kickboxing, and MMA are my top 3. Mm-hmm. Although I haven't really watched kickboxing in a long time because they don't really have it on TV as much anymore as they used to. So I follow it as much as I can, but when I can't watch it, it's hard to. But I mostly follow MMA and boxing.
Yeah, I think Roman too. We're looking forward to the Tyson Jake Paul fight. I want to see how that goes in July.
Tyson's going to fucking murder him.
I mean, I have not heard anybody that says Jake Paul's going to win. So, I mean, I think the same, but I mean, I guess it's only one punch to land correctly, and that could do it. But I don't know that he's going to get a punch.
If he lands his ribs, he can crack his ribs.
For real. Like, as long as the fight is legit, because I always think Jake Paul's fights are a little bit fugazi at times. Even Logan Paul's fights were always a little bit fugazi to me. How some of these guys just went down so easily, right, or they were completely out of shape or not boxers at all. Like, for instance, the Nate Robinson fight years ago that everybody memed to death for like a full week, if you remember that.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. And Nate Robinson's not a fucking boxer.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with the Ben Askren fight. Ben Askren, probably one of the most famous names in MMA, at least for smaller companies like Bellator. Mm-hmm. Man was a legend in Bellator. Mm-hmm. Looks completely out of shape for this fight.
Yeah, well, that's what's going to happen. But you see all these training videos with, I don't see any training videos with Jake Paul, but you see all these training videos with Tyson, and the guy should not be showing up out of shape. I mean, the guy's fucking in great shape now from what you see,
Well, I wanted to mention this sport. It's a very old and historic Italian sport, and it has to do with soccer, boxing, MMA, rugby, all compiled into one. And look it up, and it's called Calcio. I hope I'm pronouncing right. And
how do I spell that?
CALCIO.
I thought you were going to make some sort of reference about like an Italian dinner and it's a fight and a fucking kicking thing.
Well,
So we just watch a clip of this somewhere.
yeah. So Calcio is it's the event happens once a year, and all local, like a butcher, a baker, a plumber, like they're all just separate teams, and the rules are kind of like rugby. You can also kick the ball like soccer, and they also use martial arts. You can fight and you can like beat the shit out of
What is the ball? Is the ball like a football or
ball
soccer?
is shaped like a rugby ball.
Okay. So they don't practice all year. They just get together once a year and do this?
They practice, they work out because you have to be in really good shape. I mean, people get like eyebrows cut, arms broken, legs broken.
Is there games throughout the year? Like
No, it happens. It's a old sport from Italy.
like running with the bulls?
Yeah, like happens just once.
Which is really running with the bullshit. I'm never fucking doing that.
Once a year. Pretty crazy, huh, Matt?
As I'm watching this while you're speaking, and I am paying attention to what you're saying.
Yeah.
They literally threw the ball in the air, and then everybody fucking put their dukes up. Like I was just like, "What the fuck is going on here? Everybody's ready to fight."
There's a pretty
Two minutes
cool,
in the game. It's like the first 10 seconds of the game. Everybody's looking to fucking throw hands. Jesus.
there's like a pretty cool, like a short documentary video, maybe 20 minutes or so about it. Watch, it's intriguing. But that's I'd love to fucking see that.
Yeah, I don't know what I want to do. I don't want to get beat up by a fucking Italian butcher.
But it's like they're all shapes and forms and ages. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, and like you said, everybody looks like they're in shape, and they look like they're in fighting shape. If you catch my drift,
They'll fuck you up.
Yeah, those guys
Listen, as a half Sicilian individual by nationality, I would not want to fuck with a full-blooded Italian in that case. So,
What is the issue there with Sicily and Italy? Why do Italians look at Sicilians down?
Sicilians are Italians.
Yeah, but Italians look down at Sicilians as if they're not Italians. Like there's are you familiar with that?
I am unfamiliar with that. So listen, you're gonna. My mom will laugh if she ever hears this podcast. I hope she doesn't because we talked about a lot of fucking. But she's Sicilian. My family, that part of my family comes from a town called Palermo, and they. I think it's a Sicilian supremacy type of feeling. It's like Sicilians feel like they're better than normal Italians because my mom always says you're not Italian, you're Sicilian. There's a difference, and I'm like, no, there's not. It's the same. To me, it's the same thing.
Right.
Like Italian, Italy, and Sicily are more or less two peas of the same pod. So I don't understand where the idea, and this is just coming from my mom. I'm not sure if I've heard any other people say it. I've heard maybe a few others, but it's a very much like a mindset of like Sicilian supremacy type of feeling,
I used to live in Boston, and I worked in North Boston, which is Little Italy. And there's that separation. Italians look down at Sicilians, and vice versa. Sicilians, like you're not really Italian if you're not Sicilian, like you said. And Italians, they're like, Sicilians are down there. They're at the bottom of the boot. That's why we're kicking them,
Is that where the mafia started? The mafia started in Sicily?
Sicily? I don't know.
I believe so. To my recollection, the mafia started in Sicily. Also, Roman, how many racial slurs did you learn while you were in Boston?
Oh, holy shit, dude. Kakakatsu. Kakakatsu means a ball buster. But I had friends like Uno and Giovanni.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Oh, boy.
But I remember, my boss was, I'm not going to say their first name. Well, yeah, I shouldn't say their names, but they're like pure Italians, right? So
He was pizza macaroni?
yeah, pasta. And so I was coming over I used to smoke before. So I would get off a train, grab a cup of coffee, smoke a cigarette on my way to work. And I was talking to this girl, and she's getting married, so we're just talking. I get to my job, and her brother was one of my bosses. He's like, "Fuck you doing talking to my sister?" I'm like, "How the fuck do you know?" When someone sees you or hears something, the word travels fast, man. So someone probably told them, some guy's talking to your sister, you know? Oh, yeah. And right away, then he found out it was me. Yeah. But one of my other bosses was getting married, so we went out for dinner for a bachelor, but I had to work third shift that night. And so I asked the limo driver to drop me off. So Hanover Street is like the main strip in Little Italy, right?
Okay.
So I got dropped off over there, and Ryder was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" You know, getting dropped off on the fucking limo. Yeah, it was like a Hummer or whatever. You know, back then it was cool.
See, Hummer, hear that? Yeah, that's a key word for me right there.
But it's very they're very small, close community. Like they, I went into Mike's Pastry. It's a very popular pastry there on Hanover Street, and after work, it was winter time. I had my long coat. I have my suit on for work. But I went in to buy some cannolis because we were going to see my wife's good friend. So, you don't show up empty-handed, right? So
thank you. That's another thing I learned from my mom and my family. You never show up empty-handed. You always bring something.
Bring something, yeah.
That's why Entenmann's cake products are so famous in the Italian community, because that's really what everybody brought, the fucking coffee cake.
Or grappa or some sort of.
So I remember, I'm pretty sure till this day, when I asked how much it was, she said $25, but I didn't hear her well. It was loud. I go, "Excuse me." And I think she thought I was offended. She go, "Oh, 15 for you." I'm like, "No, how much was it?" She's like, "Oh, 15. She thought I was like, I was like, no. Because I didn't have a beard.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
You're all dressed up and dapper.
I think it came out wrong, and I apologize. But I was like, all right, fuck it. 15, here's 20.
Well, what you did was you accidentally finessed yourself into basically getting a cheaper discount there. I mean,
yeah, you should send her a check for $10.
Well, I gave her 20, so. But yeah, I always remember that. But it's like, I used to not have a beard. I had hair. And depending on which neighborhood I was in, I would get mistaken either for Puerto Rican or Italian or Greek. I'm Armenian. So, I mean, I'm not probably far from looks, as far as looks go. But yeah, that's what happened. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that town is awesome. I love, and it's interesting because Paul Revere's house was right next door where I used to work, and I've never been there until I went there as a tourist with friends.
You realize when you leave a place, it's I never got to do all the touristy shit that when I was living here. I should go do the touristy shit now. That's
why I like when I have family come visit here, I take them to do all the touristy shit because I get to do it as well. Because that's my excuse, right?
That's right. Well, why do you need an excuse though? Just do it.
Yeah, because you always put other things as a priority, work, busy schedule, family.
I mean, I did some touristy shit a couple of weeks ago. I mean, I went to go to Washington, D.C. to visit a friend of mine. We were going to be going to the hockey game. It was game 4 of the first round when the Rangers beat the Caps. And before that, we went through, all the monuments, those little monuments that all throughout D.C. We were walking past the Washington Monument. We saw the World War II Memorial. And then there was, we sat at the foot of the Lincoln Memorial. And I'm sitting here cheesing, man. I'm smiling ear to ear. I'm like, this is the coolest shit ever. It's I always got to see these things in pictures and on TV. I never got to walk around here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like DC.
Yeah, it's everything's walking distance.
Yeah, we went to, all the museums are free. We went to museums. Went to see monuments, all that stuff. One time we rented an Airbnb and it was a condo building. I think if they don't sell enough units, they rent the other units out until they sell them. And it was right by the Pentagon. I could see Pentagon from my window. Mm-hmm. That was pretty cool. And then, all these museums. My son was younger at the time, so attention span is few seconds. So not enough to read all the information, things. I told my wife, I'm like, when he gets older, we're coming back here because I feel like I didn't absorb any information here. I'd read a little bit. He's like, he's running up, you know?
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
fuck.
Like
But,
as a big history buff, like here, I kept making this comment the entire time. I'm just like, bro, could you imagine what it was like here when Martin Luther King gave his "I Have a Dream" speech? We were sitting at the foot of the Lincoln Memorial. I'm just like, this must have been the coolest shit ever back in the 50s.
Yep. Yeah, because just the view from that straight across to what is the monument?
So if we're talking looking from Lincoln, you can still see the Washington Monument. I mean, how could anybody not see it? It's fucking massive. But and even then, like in between the two is the World War II Memorial. Right. Right by where I think it's right by where the water is. It's like right dead center in the middle of the two.
Yep.
So
yeah, it's set up really nice, and like you said, it's a lot of walking, but you can do it all. You know,
yeah,
but,
it was a lot of walking. It was hot that day too. I was sweating my ass off. I was
just gonna say it's always fucking dog balls hot when I go there, and you get grape nut.
Matt, how long you been doing podcasting?
So I've been doing podcasting. I would say my official anniversary of podcasting is October of 2020. So since then I've been doing it. So it's coming up on almost 4 years now. And as I said, I've done adult entertainment type shows. I've done work for other adult entertainment type shows. Obviously I do Bromigos, which is more of like a bro talk / variety show. I kind of chalk it, the way I describe Bromigos is like, it's a morning radio show that actually allows you to say what you want to say type of thing. Like it kind of has like that early morning radio show type feel. I don't know how the other guys would describe it. That's how I would chalk it up, because that's the closest thing I could compare it to. And of course I've guested on a shit ton of shows too. Like obviously I'm here with you guys. I've been with Tabby and Mike. Oh God, where haven't I been is the question. My buddy Jody B from the Po Boys podcast, Delvin Cox. Those are two guys I can't say enough good things about in podcasting. They've been like, they were my first friends in the podcasting world. So they're phenomenal people. I've also know other people who run similar type of adult / comedy shows, like my boys Jason and Sam over at the TNA podcast. Though I've guested on so many shows. Some of them are even defunct now, which is wild to think about. Where it's just like, here I am 4 years in, and shows that maybe last for a year, 6 months, if that, they're gone. And I don't know how the fuck I'm even still here.
Well, they have that 7-episode rule, right? Is that what it was? Not rule, but the rule of thumb, I guess, is if you make it past, or most podcasters don't make it past seven episodes. It's
like 7 to 10 is the official number that I've heard. Yeah. I've heard different versions of it. So
I think if you do it as just for fun, maybe that's what it is. But if you do it as a business, I think the business rule of thumb is like, if you survive 2 years, you're doing something right.
Well, we got to get there.
Yeah.
What episode are you guys on now?
You are 66.
God damn it! I was 3 off 69. Can we delay this one?
I knew it.
Just for the memes.
Come back on, and we'll do another.
We can
I'll come back just to get the 69 out.
Make a cameo on there, right?
And then we're gonna have to do all kinds of 69 jokes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
that's the point.
No, where do you use number 69? My car temperature thermostat. When I'm in the car, when it's cold out, I'm going to turn the heat on, it's 69.
Is that a joke?
No, it's just like an example. Like, where do you use number 69?
Oh, I'm all dirty. I'm going to be all dirty stuff. Like 6.9 is 69 with a period in the middle.
Like, that's a joke.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
See, I'm just a child. Every time I just hear 69, I just go like the nice. Like someone, like, what was it? I was in one of my group chats today, and someone said, I have had 63 cents in my pocket this entire time today. And I'm just like, huh. If you were smart, you could have lied and said you had 69. It would have been a lot funnier.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck, you're right.
That's right.
And I'm like, yes, I know I'm right.
We're all little boys.
Yeah, we're all immature.
We are all immature men. That's the great thing about it.
You said you were married?
He's not married.
I am not married. I don't think I even have the capacity to be married right now.
Oh, I thought you said
all this porn star stuff. You think he's gonna fucking be married? Because I'd marry her.
Maybe I misheard him, but I thought you said wife earlier or something. Like
no, I don't have any. Unfortunately, I'm actually single. Believe it or not. Yeah. So, which ladies, if there's any ladies that listen to the show, hi. But yeah, no, like I'm single, not by choice. It's just circumstance. I tend to match with, especially on dating apps. Dating is fucking a shit show nowadays. I tend to match with really either super bland individuals or just absolute crazy. Mm-hmm. So, and I can't seem to find that gray area, that perfect combination of that I'm looking for. Not that I'm looking for the perfect person, because I think that's unfair as far as setting expectations. But I just want somebody normal. Yeah. That's as much as I'll put it. Yeah, like I was making the joke about, when we were talking about the list, I was saying something about my friend earlier of like, damn, that would have been the perfect person to have. But, it is what it is. Yeah. Life moves on. Trying to think. But yeah, it is funny how like I talk to all these porn stars and somehow I can't manage to hold a conversation with a regular woman. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a God's honest truth. Like I'm not like saying it to be bashful or anything. Like it's the God's honest truth. Like I can talk to porn stars, no problem. Yeah. But for some reason, when it comes to regular women, most of the time, I what do the kids call it? Riz. I got no. Most of the time,
charisma, right? So it's but with the porn stars, they're probably talking just like we are. I mean, when you're the normal person that's not a porn star, I guess not that they're not normal, but you've got to sort of change your language to.
I don't even know. Like, because the thing is, like, I just treat everybody the same. Like I said, I talked to Angela White and I just talked to her like a normal person. Yep. Like she was like obviously I would ask her questions about industry stuff and such because you kind of have to. But like her and I had a 4-minute conversation maybe. And I was in my head, I'm just like, I can't believe I just fucking did that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then it was funny because when I went to that Exotica convention, in like the first hour and a half, I spoke to like 4 big time stars. I spoke to Angela White first, Kendra Sunderland, if you know that name, Joanna Angel, and Kaylee Gunner. Mm-hmm. So they were all like Brazzers contracted individuals. So I'm just like, obviously they're big names at that point, but here I am just like talking to them. Like they're not fucking for money. Right.
And that's their job occupation. They're normal people outside of
that's the point I try to make, where it's just like anyone, whether it's like OnlyFans girls or porn stars, they're just normal people, man. Mm-hmm. Like that's why I never get like super, there's only certain people I think I would ever get like super fanboyish over, for lack of better terms. Mm-hmm. So, and most of them would probably be wrestlers.
Roman gets fanboyish over Ron Jeremy. He met him. He was buddies with him.
I met Ron Jeremy once.
Yeah. You met this is before all the allegations.
Before, way before.
It was weird. It was in the same stall, and it's a whole fucking story.
Oh God! Listen, Roman, if he touched you, you can speak about it now. Right. He can't be charged because he's unfit for trial, but you can talk about it. It's okay.
He did put his hand on my shoulder.
Oh
my God!
Isn't shoulder the nickname for your dick?
No. It's not that big. No. No, my friend worked at a adult store, and he was coming in with another porn star as a guest.
A girl? A female?
Yeah. And so she was signing, doing autographs. He was just there with her. Mm-hmm. He wasn't like the highlight. And then I was waiting for my card to be signed, and I was just talking to him, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm sure my dick's bigger than yours. He was like, ha ha. It's like, let's take a picture. So we took a picture. Yeah. And then,
oh man,
I remember.
Yeah, and you've been taking penicillin ever since.
Yeah, that's true.
Shots and all.
I did buy a gift from that store for my cousin, and it was this little plastic container. It said condoms for small peckers. And I bought it for him as his birthday gift. And I remember he opened it in front of his parents, and his dad fucking died laughing.
See, I was wondering where you were going with. I was getting something at a sex shop from my cousin, and I'm really glad that is the direction that the story went.
That ended well for me too. Thanks.
It was one of those stupid things that they have by the register, like
like the impulse buys.
Yeah.
Oh, those fucking things. Oh, man.
That's it.
So thank you for ending it that way, right?
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
That was a close one, Matt. Man.
that would have been a porn episode.
Porn pals.
Porn pals.
You know what? It's funny. The last time, this is going to be maybe TMI for some people, but the last time, you know how we were talking about Robert Frank earlier and shit? So I can actually thank Robert Frank for helping me get laid once. If you want me to tell that.
Yeah.
Okay. I've told it a few times on a few different shows, but I love telling this story.
Well, I mean, it wasn't with him though, right?
No.
Okay, cool. Because Roman's got some condoms for you for a small pecker.
How would you know that?
Because you said you bought them from Matt.
All right, don't interrupt him.
Yeah.
So it's December of last year. It was at the Christmas, like the Robert Frank, LLC Christmas party. I got invited. I was with my brother because we had to take a flight out the next morning to go to South Carolina. So we're drinking. I'm like 6 drinks deep. Again, one of the drunkest times I've ever been. And I'm 6 drinks deep. I'm chilling. I'm vibing. The DJs were kind of ass. So I'm just like, vibing a little bit. Rob walks up to me. He's like, "Why aren't you on the dance floor?" I'm just like, "What do you mean? I'm just hanging out, Rob." And he's like, "You should be going on the dance floor talking to chicks. What are you still doing in the section?" We had a VIP section. It was right by the DJ booth. And I'm like, in my head, I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, this motherfucker's challenging me right now. So subconsciously, I was like, all right, time to make Rob proud, I guess. So I put my hand on his very broad shoulder and I said, "Challenge accepted, motherfucker." And I walked right to the dance floor, danced a little bit for a couple seconds. And I noticed our boy Ray Vegas, the insane gentleman on the party bus, was talking to these group of 3 women. Now, why he was talking to these women, I have no idea. I think he was very drunk, and maybe he will not admit it at the time, but very drunk, and he maybe had some goggles on thinking that they were hotter than maybe what they were. I don't know. But they were all very attractive to me anyway. So I'm seeing what's up with Ray. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking to these women? You're 40 something odd years old. What the fuck? And then one of these girls starts talking to me. So, we kind of just like get a little bit of dancing. We're chilling. And we're asking why we're there. She was there on a girls trip. I was there obviously to see it, my group with Rob. And she's like, "Oh, you must know. Well, are you famous? Are you someone important?" I'm just like, "Well, I'm not important, but I have my boy here. He's a big social media guy. We got a VIP section. Why don't I make you a drink?" So she's like, "Oh yeah, let's do that." We're still very drunk at this point, both of us. So I take her hand, I take her off the dance floor into the section. I ask her what she wants to drink. She says straight Tito's. And I'm like, "Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man.
Straight Tito's."
Oh, she's got hair in her chest.
So this is very important, ladies and gentlemen. I make the drink in front of her.
Yeah,
so there's no funny business going on.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm a gentleman after all. So she takes a sip. She gives me a sip, and I don't like vodka. I'm a whiskey guy, but I took a sip of the vodka, and I'm just like, "Oh, the Russian inside me really should like this, but I really don't like it." So we just start getting to more talking, and all of a sudden, she grabs me and pulls me in to kiss her. Now we're just making out right in the middle of our VIP section, and everybody in my group is looking at me and like taking videos, like laughing, like they're proud of me. Like, "Holy shit, let's go, man!" Like they're all doing this shit. Now I'm focused on what I'm doing, so
those
I'm not
are
really
true
paying
friends.
attention to what is going on right now. I think there's a photo on my phone somewhere that I gotta show you guys now that I'm thinking about it. But we're just straight making out, and we're like getting a little handsy too, man. Like she was grabbing me, I was grabbing her, and we couldn't get our hands off each other, man. So the time comes. pun intended. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like I should Venmo you like dollars right now.
Yeah, right. The time comes. This is the photo I'm talking about, by the way. Let me see if I can pull it up here. That is a photo. That's Ray on my screen. That's Ray on the right, and that's our buddy Zach, who looks like Santa Claus.
Yeah,
looks like Santa Claus. And in the middle, there's me
look at
with the girl. Yeah. So we finally let go of each other after what feels like an eternity, but I can probably chalk it up to it was like 5 to 7 minutes. And we asked each other, like, how far do we want to take this? We both had rooms. She took my hand, took me out of the club to go to her room. And of course, we go to the elevator. We're making out for another 30 seconds or so, however long the elevator's going on. She takes me to her room. Here I'm thinking to myself, damn, I'm going to be on a nice bed, get all the angles, the positions right, all that shit. Turns out her friend was already fucking somebody else in the room. So she just dragged me straight to the bathroom. And that's where we did the remainder.
Hope you had plan B.
Yeah, right. Well,
30 seconds in the elevator? That must have been a penthouse.
Yeah. So I did not have anything on me. Thank God my pull-out game was very strong at that point. But I didn't have anything on me because I didn't expect any of this to ever happen. So
always be prepared.
Yeah, I know. I know that now. But at the time, I wasn't expecting for that to happen, or at least not go that
Let me guess.
far.
You were like checking your pockets, like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, more or less. You know,
I
gave her the best minute or whatever of her life, and you know, obviously,
minute.
Why don't you go tap?
I'll clown myself for this. People are gonna be like, "Well, why would you say that about yourself?" Listen, we were both drunk. Shit happens. The thing is that I didn't leave the girl. I did my job to make sure she got off after I, had finished a little earlier than I would have liked to. So I'm a gentleman after all.
You don't want to be selfish, you know?
Why didn't you just go tap the guy in bed and be like, "Hey man, I'm sorry to bother you. You got an extra one I could borrow?" Or what about the one he's using? Turn it inside out.
Everything was happening so quick. I didn't even. Now you say that now, I was like, I should have done that. But it's like, I am drunk. I'm about to get laid for the first time in 4 years at that point. Almost 4 years, excuse me. So I'm at this point, I'm just glad to be here. Okay.
So what happened? Like, you guys just go separate ways. You guys don't keep in touch. It is what it is.
It's really weird. I blame my trip to South Carolina for us not pursuing anything further. Because
is she near you? You guys like located next to each other?
She wasn't too far. Well, she was a little farther up North Jersey from where I'm located, but I would have drove and we would have found ways to meet up or something like that. Because we were talking, we gave each other our numbers and we were talking for like 3-4 weeks. For the entire time I was in South Carolina, which was almost a month, we were nonstop chatting. And even when I got back, we were chatting a little bit. We were trying to set something up because our plan was always to fuck again and do a much better job than the bathroom floor of a Harrah's Hotel and Casino bathroom. So
you're such a romantic.
Yeah, very romantic. So our job was to make it a little bit, romantic, take our time, and whatever happened, shit fell through. And I'm not sure if it was anything on my end or her end. The last conversation I had with her, that she was just having a lot going on right now and whatever. And I'm just like, okay, it is what it is.
No, but at this point, she's probably finishing her 3rd trimester. So you get that call in about another fucking month and a half. Child support.
I don't think that's the case, thank God. But or else I am fucked.
You said a Russian, and you're part Russian?
This is the official numbers I have anyway. I am half Sicilian, a quarter Russian, and a quarter Ukrainian. So half of me is at war with myself.
Nice.
Right.
Still.
Yeah. And the other half thinks that those two quarters are assholes.
Yes, exactly. I don't know how my parents got together and that marriage works, but it is what it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. Matt, anything else you want to talk about, or any shout outs, any plugs, or anything like that?
Anything coming up for Bromigos?
I got some stuff to plug, man. I don't mind doing that. First and foremost, the Bromigos Podcast. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's quite a few podcasts named the Bromigos Podcast or have the name Bromigos in it. We're the only ones that actually actively produce content, ladies and gentlemen. So it's really not that hard to miss us. So we have that going. If you want to follow me and my own bullshit, you can follow me on Twitter at realmatt0626. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel for gaming stuff. It's kind of taken a back end for the time being, the last couple of months, just because I've been so busy that I just don't have time, which sucks. I don't even have time to game anymore. It blows. I wish I could, hop on video games like I could all the time when I was younger, but life happens and you have responsibilities and, it is what it is. So I can't make the videos as often as I would like to, but when I do, you'll definitely know. So please subscribe, Edge0626.
Perfect.
Nice. Yeah, your podcast wasn't hard to find.
No.
I think it's because you guys consistently post. That's why.
See, and again, that's what I like to say. It's like, I always make the joke when I do my my housekeeping part of Bromigos at the end, the closing. We're the only people that produce content that have the name Bromigos. Everybody else hasn't uploaded in like a year and a half to 2 years. And even if they were uploading, I can guarantee their content wasn't nearly, and I'm not saying this as arrogance. I'm saying this because I firmly believe it. That our content is probably far superior. Granted, there's some opinions on the show that I wish we could take back at times, but you live and you learn, and you try not to live a life of ignorance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's right.
When ignorance is on display, and you have an option to either learn from it or ignore it and continue to be an asshole. At least on my end, I won't speak for any of the other gentlemen on the show because their opinions on their own. That's what makes our show work. My opinions that may have demonstrated ignorance at times could be, I have done my very best to learn from.
Sure.
So that's all I have to say about that.
And that's life. You learn from mistakes and you try to get better and be a better person.
I believe that in order to get better, you need to have the mental capacity to have grace and conversation, and the idea of canceling people or talking shit about them does nobody any good, because you can possibly help somebody if they're actually seeking the help.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that's true.
That's all I have to say, and that may not be a shot at a couple of people, but they can go fuck themselves. So
all right, that's
just taught. Is that a learning experience there too?
Yeah.
Yes, that is a learning experience.
Yeah, no,
courtesy of the undercover brother.
We appreciate you joining us, and certainly hope maybe we could do this again at some point.
Yeah,
I would love to. I really would love that. So, gentlemen, I'm only a DM on Twitter or Instagram away. So,
all right,
sounds good.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Next time. Bye, friend.
Bye. Hey, Hopheads. Frank here.
And Roman. Welcome to Brews and Banter, the podcast where we sip and spill the funniest stories over a cold one.
We're not just brewing laughs and comedy. We also discuss life stories and current events in every episode.
Follow the frolic on our socials, where we brew up more than just banter. Check out linktree/BrewsNBanter for all the goods.
And guess what? We've got a VIP section. Join our Patreon for exclusive content, behind-the-scenes brew secrets, and maybe even a blooper reel or two.
Subscribe, laugh, and unlock the full Brews and Banter experience. Because life is too short for bad beer and boring stories. Cheers.